Welcome to the Vault Excel. This is Sunday Chat. Various topics weigh in. One-armed bus driver. Should the city allow a person with one arm to drive a city bus? Weigh in. Internet life. Could you go back to the way things were without the internet? Gmail.com. Having to log on to sites endlessly. Everything you deal with now, you need an email. Also, the cell phone use. Could you go back to not having a cell phone? Children and cell phones. What age would be appropriate for a child to have access to a cell phone, his or her own cell phone? And NPA, NP, and PA, that's licensed practical nurse, physician's assistant versus the doctor. Would you prefer to go see a doctor, a physician's assistant, or LPN? Thank you for joining me. These are the topics of choice this evening. Hello, Skylar. How are you? Hello, Sky Maiden. How are you? Skylar says, sometimes I do miss the good old days, Queen. I miss the house phone. Well, could you go back? Could you go back to using a regular phone? Phone with voicemail option. Because there was a time when you had to have a machine for a person to leave a message. And we upgraded from a message machine to automated voice mail to now cell phone. Then it went to texting, being able to take a picture. iPhones had the option to video chat via the iPhone if you had an iPhone. And now you can do that with the other Google option to video chats if you don't have Messenger. I still have a landline in case of emergencies. Well, Sky, how old are you, Sky, if you don't mind me asking? Because I'm sure there are a lot of young people in their 20s and 30s that do not have landlines. And I don't think there are people in their 40s and 50s that have landlines. So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, 65 in September. Okay. Doctors, when you go to the doctor, either by clinic, healthcare facility, because you see this more in clinics and healthcare facilities, there are no doctors, but yet a PA has to be under a doctor. So are you okay with seeing a licensed practical nurse? Are you okay with seeing a physician's assistant? A physician's assistant has a master's degree. He or she has not got a doctorate. Although they are studying the similar aesthetics in school, but the physician's assistant has a master's, not a doctorate. So who would you prefer to see? The doctor, the LPN, or the PA, or the PA and the LPN, or you don't care? Take the poll. Each topic tonight has its own poll on my community page, so feel free to mosey on over there and take the polls. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you, Haley. Skylar says, I miss not having to have an email for every single thing. Yes, laugh out loud. Well, you have to have an email to sign up for so many things, and Lord forbid if you forget your password. Exactly, and that's my point. Menard says she prefers a doctor. I would like to see a doctor myself. I've noticed the past couple of years you can't see a doctor. There's always this LPN business. So now she's making a lot of money, LPNs. They're probably making $100,000 or more. I just Googled the salary for an LPN and a physician's assistant. We're talking about a nice lump sum of money for somebody who does not have a full medical degree. Let me give you the synopsis of both in case you're curious and you have not inquired. I always tell people knowledge is key. You're curious about something, Google, ask. The doctor's office, ask. It's your health. You should always want to inquire about your health. Let's see the difference between the PA versus LPN. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault Excel. One second, everybody. One second. As of March 16th, this is for Tennessee. Tennessee LPN licensing requirements. Tennessee requires individuals seeking to become an LPN in the state to attend a board-approved nursing program and pass the NCLEX. Is LPN the same as an RN? Registered nurses have undergone longer courses of study and often specialize in a particular area of care. For these reasons, they typically have more responsibilities than LPNs. For instance, RNs have more control over patient care and often communicate directly with families. What are the things that an LPN can't do? LPNs cannot diagnose any medical condition or prescribe any medication. Now, I just read an article that said that they could. So, obviously, this is a difference of opinion. It says, however, they can handle most of the routine tasks of day-to-day medical care, outcomes planning based on assessment and diagnosis. The nurse sets measurable and achievable short and long range goals for patients. This was February 2023. It says cannot diagnose medical condition or prescribe any medication. Well, I don't believe that's true because I've seen an LPN for some time and she's prescribed meds and she also diagnosed a digestive issue I had. So I don't believe that's true. Can an LPN draw blood? In most states, LPNs can draw blood, but the exact rules may vary. Licensed practical nurses' duties range widely. LPNs monitor patients' health. This includes tasks such as checking a patient's blood pressure and other vital signs. Can an LPN call herself a nurse? Registered nurses, RNs, and licensed practical vocational nurses, LPNs, LVNs, are called nurses. But outside that commonality, their education and occupational roles in the medical setting are decidedly different. One of the biggest differences between the LPN and the RN is the educational training required to work in each role. To become a registered nurse, you will need to earn a degree from an accredited nursing program. Why are LPNs being phased out? Limited job opportunities. As medical disciplines and practices become more specialized, an increasing number of job openings are shutting out LPNs and requiring an RN or higher, especially on the hospital floor. For example, an LPN is rarely allowed to work in critical care or the ER. Well, that's good to know because now that's information I had not heard before. So here we are. So an LPN cannot work in critical care or the ER. Very good, because I've noticed that the place I was going to a clinic, there's always a licensed practical nurse. They only bring in a doctor if you have a certain type of issue, like if it's a knee problem, they bring in, the knee doctor, things like that, or send you to a specialist. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Just giving you a little bit of information for those of you who are curious. Let's see about the physician's assistant. One second, everybody. Pertaining to the physician assistant program's licensure here in Tennessee, completion of the GRE graduate record exam, direct patient care experience, prerequisite courses in mathematics, anatomy, biology, any bachelor's degree. I never really knew what a physician assistant was until recently. What are the requirements for a PA? A PA must attend a specialized medical training program associated with a medical school that includes classroom studies and clinical experience. An academic degree and/or certificate is awarded upon graduation. Many PAs already have 2 or 4 year academic degrees before entering a PA training program. How long does it take to become a PA? This varies per student, but it generally takes 6 to 7 years for a student to become a PA, 4 years to earn a bachelor's degree, 3 years to complete a PA program. For some students who work outside of school or attend school part-time, it can take 8 to 10 years. Well, I wouldn't want to be a PA. It's supposed to take at least 8 years to become a doctor. So what's the point of wasting 6 to 7 years? It's crazy. To become a PA, you might as well just go the extra mile and get the damn doctorate. Because we know the doctorate pays more money. Wow, strange. Ooh. It says, can you PA without a master's? To become a PA, you'll need to have a master's degree in PA studies from a university program that has been accredited by the Accreditation Review Commission. Is a PA harder than an RN? PA schools tend to cover a wider scope of medical topics and in a more in-depth fashion than nursing school does. The clinical rotation requirements are also more intense than the clinical experience that nurses must gain during their education and training. Oh, wow. The difference between a PA and an NP, okay? Physician's assistant versus the PA, the NP, which is the nurse practitioner. Physician assistants train using the medical model, similar to physicians, which means they focus on the testing, diagnosis, and treatment of the disease that the patient has. Nurse practitioners train on the nursing model, which means they focus on the testing, diagnosis, and treatment of the patient with the disease. It's kind of tricky there, the wording. So basically, the nurse practitioner is working with the treatment of the patient. The PA is focusing on the treatment of the disease the patient has. It's very interesting. A DNP nurse can influence healthcare policies, take on administrative roles, and provide clinical education for nursing programs. An NP without a DNP degree has not reached the terminal education level that might be required for some roles. So see, there's your difference. DNP. What's that? Doctorate nurse practitioner? Ooh, I don't understand. What is the damn difference? Never heard of that. DNP. Lord have mercy. What is all of this? I know how to open up Pandora's box. So DNP is a Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, and a nurse practitioner, NP, is the title bestowed on a nurse who has at least a Master of Science in nursing. Okay? Very interesting. MSN degree, and has completed the nurse practitioner clinical and didactic requirements. So a Doctor of Nursing Practice degree and a nursing practitioner, which is the NP, is the title bestowed on a nurse who has at least a Master of Science. Comparing DNP versus FNP. Oh, here we go. It's like comparing DNP versus NP. And FNP is a family nurse practitioner, or NP, who provides patient care in a family practice setting, treating patients of all ages. A DNP is a Doctor of Nursing Practice degree. Jesus, I'm getting confused. No, a doctorate is not required for nurse practitioners at this time. However, several nursing organizations, include the American Association of Nurse Practitioners, AANP, and the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, AACN, support a movement to require a DNP degree as the entry-level education requirement for advanced practice registered nurses, APRNs. The National Organization of Nurse Practitioner Faculties, NONPF, wrote a position paper in 2018 calling for all new NPs to be educated at the doctorate level by 2025. Very interesting. So, will these people have to upgrade and get a doctorate? Nurse practitioners, got to step the game up. So now we go with the DNP versus NP. One is not higher than the other. They are different. DNP is an educational degree, with the NP is a certification. NP is a master's or doctorate prepared nurse who is certified and licensed as an advanced practice registered nurse, APRN. A DNP is a higher educational degree, okay? An NP can earn a DNP degree, but a DNP prepared nurse does not have to be a nurse practitioner. So basically, the DNP is just the person that has the paperwork, what we would call the brain, the head of the worm, Lord Jesus. DNP prepared nurse has a deep knowledge of evidence-based care and ability to apply this knowledge in practice. A DNP nurse can influence healthcare policies, take on administrative roles, provide clinical education for nursing programs. An NP without a DNP degree has not reached a terminal educational level that might be required for some roles. So, DNP versus NP. We hope learning more about NP versus DNP helps you make your decision. All right, mission team can give you more information, blah, blah, blah. Well, it looks like we don't really have a choice the way things are going. Why don't nurse practitioners become doctors? Very good question. During legislative debate, the California Medical Association said nurse practitioners have less training than physicians. And I think we all know that would be true. So allowing them to practice independently could lessen the quality of care and even pose a risk to patients. And that I agree with. Because when you go in and you're having some issues, I don't think a nurse practitioner should be someone that you should be seeing, because you might have some things going on with you he or she don't know anything about because they're not qualified to know. So that's where they have to run tests, take your blood, then they send the blood off to the lab, and then they read whatever's going on, and then they have to decide to send you to a specialist if indeed they see something off with, your blood count as far as sugar high, sugar low, cholesterol, things like that. Then you probably need to see a specialist if the levels are too high, because naturally he or she's not a doctor, so they could not treat you. Very interesting information. Cell phones and children. What age should a child receive a cell phone? What age should a child be allowed to be on the internet? Weigh in, take the polls on my community page. Should small children under the age of 10 be allowed to surf the internet, be on Facebook? Hell, have a Facebook page. It's kind of weird thinking about that 8-year-old with a Facebook page. Just saying, IG page. Some people do allow their children to have social media pages. Should children have social media pages? What age is appropriate for a child to have his or her own social media page? Number one. Number two, what is the appropriate age to give a child a cell phone? We have seen young children with iPhones. I don't agree with anyone having an iPhone under the age of really 18. What do you need an iPhone for? You don't have a job? Most grown people can't afford an iPhone. I don't care for it. To me, a phone's a phone. They're all stupid to me. They're all stupid. Press here. The phone just starts doing its own damn thing because all this new technology. The phone is running you. You're not running the phone is running you. And Queen don't like that. All this jumping screens and blinking in and out and keep pressing the side buttons. And it's like, what the hell with this? Rather have a landline. Hello, Gigi. How are you, dear? Did you get moved in? Did you get moved in properly, Gigi? Could you all go back to the old days? Probably not. Once again, what age is appropriate for a child to have his or her own social media page? When should you start allowing your child to roam social media unattended? What is the appropriate age to give a child a cell phone? Weigh in, take the polls on my community page. Internet life. Is it too savvy, too crafty for you? Are you behind in the times? I know 6 years ago, I was not in tune to the internet. I didn't want to be on the internet. I didn't care. Best friend said, oh, you need to be on the internet. He was like, oh, you need to be on Facebook. I'm on it now. It's nothing. I'm not missing anything. They don't talk about anything. All people do is fuss all damn day. Seriously, just fuss, 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 fuss. Hell, I want to tell them, get a YouTube channel. You can fuss. Get up here like the queen. Just go on and on and on about absolutely nothing. Join the YouTube rant. Because the Facebook rant is ridiculous. Every day it's the same thing. My foot, my head, my this, my dad, my mom, my sister, we fell out, blah, 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 blah. Just telling all your damn business. I just sit there and scroll. I don't even scroll on people's pages because I don't have that kind of time. I don't want to waste my time on social media all day. It is a dangerous thing. It's just dangerous to be holding a phone or computer and just type, scroll, 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 scroll. You have arthritis in your hand before you're 30 years of age. Seriously, people don't realize that. Type. Scroll, 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 scroll. But I told myself that today. You've done nothing but looked at this phone, turned the TV on a bit. Then I did some straightening up this evening, which gave me a headache. I damn near got nauseous trying to move a sofa. I was just like, man, you need to sit down somewhere. Doing too much. Going through earrings. See, I'm ranting now. I can do that. I paid the price to be the boss so I can rant. But you understand what I'm saying? Social media is just, it's all over the place. Between the articles badly written, half-truths, fake articles, people commenting, cussing each other out, going off, people not understanding the content, don't understand the video. Rant. Everybody's got a social media page where they're ranting, cussing somebody out, putting somebody on blast. It's too much. You know, it's time to dial down. This is sad. And then, as Skylar was saying, you always got to sign up for stuff with an email. Oh, if that don't get under my skin. You want to get under the queen's skin? Ask her for a fucking email. You will probably get cussed out. Do not ask me that. Asking me that is like asking me for blood. Literally. I take it personal when you say, do you have an email? Do you have one? Why? Why do you want to know? Everything you do requires a fucking email. You can't even log into the fucking smart TV for a stupid free app on the TV. I said, you got to be kidding me. Would you like to sign in? No, I don't. I just want to watch TV. So then it'll have that other option. Not now. So we hit not now. Nobody should have to sign in to a free app. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Do you want to sign in? No, I don't. That takes up too much time to sign in with an email and a password to watch something free. Come on. Jesus, what? There was a time you had cable or you had an antenna. Take your pick. So we've gone from the box TV, cable, antenna, to the box TV that mimicked a flat screen, then the flat screen, to now a TV with apps. And before that, it was the little Roku box or the Fire Stick. Now it's the Fire Stick and the Roku built into the TV, which I love. I ain't going to complain about that. I want to thank man for that. Thank you. Because Queen don't like cords. I'm telling you. I will lose my mind looking at a cord. I'm looking at cords right now, and I could set the whole fucking room on fire. Because I hate cords. I hate cords. They are hideous looking. And I'm looking at them now, wishing I could hide them. So I'm looking for something to hide them so I don't have to see them. I hate cords. This computer laptop business, cord, plug this. I'm just like, man, give it a rest. It's too much sometimes. Plugging in stuff all the time. Worrying about stuff overheating. Got to make sure it's plugged into a surge so you don't burn your damn house down. Burn the electronics down. That's a lot of work. Back in the day, we didn't have all this. 30 years ago, you plugged your TV in. You either had an antenna or you had a cable box, and the cable, you know how it goes. Plugged in, poof, poof, poof. That was it. VCR, if you chose to have one. You had the red, yellow, and white cords. Jesus Christ, there's people who still don't know how to put those cords in the back of a VCR and a TV. And I'd be like, honey, it's color coordinated. You can't fuck that up. What's the problem? And I remember back in the day, a lot of elderly people, they would lose their mind because they did not know how to hook up a VCR. Or as some black folks say, VRC. Girl, you know how to help me hook this VRC up? I'm confused. Confused about what exactly? Honey, you plug the VCR up in the wall, and then you take the color coded cords, honey. You stick it in the back with those colors. Red with red, white with white, yellow with yellow. Ding, ding, ding. You're done. Voila. Magic. Sweet Jesus. Same with the DVD player. Both identical. Can't mess it up. But somehow people were so intimidated by the VCR and the DVD player. It was scary. I was like, what is going on? Stereos. Everybody had a stereo. Either they had a big boy tall stereo or you had the little tabletop. Now we got away with that when they were doing that, what do you call that thing? Not the Bluetooth, but the one before the Bluetooth. It'll come to me. The MP3 business. I didn't know nothing about that. So everything has advanced. Television, color TV, floor model, big boy box, turn knob, remote, VCR, DVD player, TV with the VCR, then the TV with the DVD player connected. We have gone from this to this to this to this to now we've got this pretty little thing that sits atop our pretty little table, and it's got apps built into it, and you don't need a DVD player or a VRC anymore. Voila, magic. Do you like this life better? Smart TVs. Do you like it better? Wi-Fi. Oh, Lord, that's a whole nother subject. What did I tell you the other day, yesterday, going live? People will lose their mind that Wi-Fi ain't working. Because you can't watch the TV, can't work the computer. And God forbid, if you on a certain type of situation with your phone, a lot of people are pinging their Wi-Fi to their phone. I tell you to get your plan where you can have access to Wi-Fi on your phone because you do not want to depend on Wi-Fi for your cell phone. That's dangerous. Your phone needs to have a Wi-Fi package in with your phone package. I don't advise pinging off Wi-Fi from the house, on a regular basis. Because if your Wi-Fi goes out, then what are you going to do? Yep, shit's creep. Yeah, well, see, I knew nothing about that, Scott, because I never had internet service or a computer, 20, 30 years ago. But I do remember calling my aunt's house one day, and the phone was busy, and I guess that's what you're talking about. She couldn't answer because, ding, 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 she's on the internet, she's on the computer. So that was a headache. So we have come a long way. Fiber optics now, running cable, underground, blah, blah, blah. It's a new day. Do you like life better now with all this internet stuff? Smart TVs, Roku boxes, gmail.com. I don't care for the Gmail business. That's something I don't care for. I don't think you need my email just to sign up to get a haircut. You're not sending me anything free. What do I need to give you an email for? Well, that's why we want your email so we can send you perks and stuff. But you ain't sent nothing. When did you send something? I'm paying regular price for a haircut. So you're not sending me anything. And I never check that nonsense, that Gmail stuff. That shit's a headache too. Just a box clogged up with spam. People trying to get your personal information by messaging you saying, hi, I'm Google. Somebody from Google sent something. She's telling me she works with Google. She's working with some type of shorts or something. I thought, lady, if you don't get the hell out my damn Gmail, you think I'm stupid enough? Because what caught me is when she said, I will have access to your shorts or something, she said. I thought, you're not going to have access to shit. You're not going to have access to nothing. So then I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how the hell this bitch gets my damn Gmail? That's the point. Every time you sign up for something, that's how these people get a hold of your Gmail. Because you signed up for something where you had to give a Gmail account. And now here come all these spammers sending you stuff about gummy bears and gummy vitamins and do you want Xfinity or AT&T? It's always some old BS. Same thing with your phone. People sending you stuff, asking you to sign up for stuff and calling your phone to ask, do you want to donate to the Firefighters Association? I told the one guy, hey, don't you know I know your voice? You're the same guy that called me last week wanting to donate money to the police fund. No, stop this nonsense. Stop calling me. This is how bad it is. So this is the flip side of modern technology that sucks. People calling you trying to scam you. That's why they tell you don't hit on links on your computer, on your phone, because you don't want anybody accessing your phone and your computer, getting your personal information. That's happened to me 2 times, fooling around with the computer. I would be on the computer and then on the laptop, and to the right, it would have a message like it's in my messenger. Then I hit on that by mistake, and then poof, here it is, shutting the computer down. Just a bunch of bullshit. Then you're calling the number and you're asking the people to try to help you. And they're saying, oh, I need you to send $49.99 and we can get you back into your computer. And I let them know the hell if I will, you will never get personal information, debit card to help me get back into anything. I'll take this motherfucker and throw it in the garbage can before I give you $49.99. No, I'm not. This is what we're dealing with right now. There's a notification I got on my phone today from Newsbreak. It's about a church scam where a person is pretending to be your pastor, and he's messaging you to donate gift cards. So here comes some stupid person who obviously can't understand English. They reply in the article. Oh, this article is misleading. You're making it sound like the churches are scamming people. I thought, are you just dumb or what? If the article says beware of church scam, then that means it's not the church that's scamming you for money. It's somebody pretending to be oh my God, pretending to be the church. Nobody pays attention to nothing. I think they need to stop the Newsbreak app, breaking news, because people do not understand English anymore. They don't understand the titles. They can't read. I mean, we all can make mistakes, look at a title and jump the gun and comment. Best you read the article first before commenting. But yes, we have a lot of scams going on. They get a hold of your phone number. They're calling, wanting you to donate this, ask you this. Like some lady called a couple of weeks ago talking about, I'm trying to reach such and such. She gave you as a contact. And that's like, lady, I don't even know what you're talking about. But see, that's what they want you to do, is really verify that you're the person. That's all they really want. So let's say your name is Bob Jones. They'll say, well, hi, Billy Jones gave you as a contact. And you stupid enough, go ahead and admit that you're that person. So now they know that's your name and that's your phone number. So that's their way of trying to get in. So if you answer the phone and say, yeah, I'm such and such, and then they say, oh yeah, well, Billy said, we have some information that we need to send to Billy. He gave your name and address. We just need to send the documents. Oh, I smell right through that. I said, oh, okay, she did. I said, well, she couldn't have sent you anything, and she couldn't have told you to notify me as a person of contact. I said, you know why she couldn't have called you? Because she don't exist. That's what I said. I said, she don't exist and I don't either, and hung up the phone. Fuck out of here. Don't you know they had the nerve to call back? Who calls back? I'm telling you that the person you're saying exists don't exist. And I'm also telling you that I don't exist. So don't call my damn phone anymore. And you would call me right back after I just hung up. You can't be that thirsty to try to scheme me. I mean, come on. This is what we have going on right now. It used to be that green dot shit. Hey, your son's in a car wreck. Blah, blah, blah. He needs some money. Send me this card so we can help him get bond. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. They've advanced way past the green dot. Send money to the green dot card because your son's in jail, grandson's in jail. They've now advanced to this stupid stuff here. Firefighters Association, can you please donate? Or this new scam pretending to be your pastor, sending you a text message saying, hey, I need you to donate some gift cards to a needy family. My pastor would never send me a text asking me to donate to anybody. And if you know your pastor, you would know that he's not going to send you a text message. You got to be aware of your faculties out here. So it's best, as they say, don't answer the phone from unknown numbers, even if they are out of town area codes or in town, because those are the best ways to get scammed. The people are going to call you by your government name, and that's what they want. They want you to answer so that way they can verify you are that person they're trying to scam, and that's your phone number. Best to let the phone ring, because if it's important, this is something that everybody should know. If it's important, they're going to leave a voicemail. So let's say you were calling about insurance or calling about something business. If you've dealt with these people or you've inquired about something, they're gladly going to leave a voicemail because they want your business. If it's legit, they'll say, hi, I'm looking for Bob Jones. You left a message about the insurance quote, whatever it is. And then you know that you did that. Then you can say, oh, okay, so that's a legitimate number. Then you call them back. But they don't leave a message. It's just somebody dialing you up trying to see if you're going to answer and verify your damn government name. That's all. Because I remember they used to say, don't say, hello, because they would do some type of voiceover with your voice and record it and use it for other ways to scam, where people might, ask questions and then you say, oh, hi, yes, hello. Some type of crazy scams. They're all trying to figure out something. So is life better now with all this modern technology? Always having to sign up with an email, password. That can be tricky. Because as I had told people before, years ago, I couldn't even get my COVID check because of the damn password email stuff signing on at first. When everybody was trying to call March of 2020, there's no way you can get through the line. It was a new number by the government. You got millions of people trying to call to sign up. There's no way you could get through. And I was like, I'm sitting here paying money to get my own damn COVID check, to file it through taxes. This is crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But that email stuff, I don't care for that. Because everywhere you go, I don't care if you go to a doctor's office, a clinic, you go get a haircut. First thing they ask you, do you have an email? Anything that's business, could be your landlord, the management company. Oh, we need an email. We need you to sign in. So if you need to have a maintenance request, they want you to sign in on an internet, a website, just so you can put in a damn maintenance request because your air is out. Or, you've got a leak or something. Everything's a website. Everything's a website and an email and a password. It's crazy. Once again, when you go to the medical provider, would you prefer to see a doctor, a licensed practical nurse, or a physician's assistant? Cell phones. Could you make it right now without your cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi? Go back to 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Children, what age should a child receive a cell phone? What age should a child get on the internet unattended? Internet life. Is it all it's cracked up to be? Social media. And the one-armed bus driver. I'm sure many of you are saying to yourselves, now, Queen, what is that all about? Oh, God, forgive me. How can I put this delicately? Let's just say I came across this subject matter. I'm not going to say how, so just bear with me. I came across this subject matter, and I decided to share it with you all. So I want your opinion. Should a person with one arm be allowed to drive a city transit bus? Weigh in. I will now go to my community page and read you the results from all these topics that I have posted to this live stream. Thank you for joining me. Let's see how you all are thinking out there. Yes, Sky, that's true. In the recorded line. Yes, let's not leave that out. Very, very true. And that's a bunch of bull too, because if you call the number back and you realize who it is, and they realize you're not interested, they'll hang up. It's just a bunch of dumb mess. Doctor, PA, or LPN. 59% of you prefer a doctor. 24% of you prefer a physician's assistant. 6% of you want an LPN. Woo, that's not good. 3% of you not sure. 9% of you don't care. Froggy says, I don't like my doctor, but her PA is great. Okay, interesting. Do you miss the old way of life before cell phones, internet, and gmail.com? Yes, 58%. No, 21%. Sometimes 21%. Don't matter, 0%. Want to go back, 0%. One person commented. Froggy again. Seems like things were simpler and people weren't so angry, but I do like our modern technology. Were people happier 20, 30 years ago? I'll put that on the poll as well. What age should you allow children onto the internet? 10 and up, 38%. Under 10, 6%. 16 years of age, 29%. Never, 15%. Not sure, 12%. What age should a child receive a cell phone? 10 to 15 years of age, 66%. Under 10, 3%. Wow. 16 years of age, 22%. Never, 3%. Not sure, 6%. One-armed city bus driver. I forgot the B. Oh, Lord. Sorry about that, you guys. 50% of you said it's okay to have a one-armed bus driver. 21% of you said no. 21% of you said not sure. 7% of you don't care. Wow, you all are so funny. And I also asked you all yesterday, are you voting in this year's election? 70% yes, 22% no, 6% not sure, 2% can't legally vote, 342 votes. And President Biden has decided to promote Miss Kamala Harris as the nominee for the Democratic Party. He will decided to promote Ms. Kamala Harris as the nominee for the Democratic Party. See what I'm saying? My phone just cut off. That's crazy. Anyway, he will perform his duties up until January of 2025. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hold on one second, everybody. Gonna get the link in case somebody wants to join the Queen briefly. Woo! Slow Sunday. Slow Sunday. Most definitely. Okay. All right, everybody. Try to find the link. See how you all are doing today. Now I forgot the question I wanted to ask you all. All right, Gigi. See you later. She didn't tell me nothing about if she got moved or not. Everything moved. Very true, Scott. A whole lot of junk now. Scott, since I grew up where we didn't have a TV, we were too high up in the mountains, so to this day, never watched TV. Wow. Are you still in the mountains now, Scott? Why no TV? Curious. A lot of great programs on. Why aren't you watching TV? What is the question I said I was going to ask? I forgot just that quick. God, that's crazy. What were we talking about? Something. We're doing great. Cooked our first meal tonight. Fried chicken, legs, stewed potatoes, and beans. I'm whooped, but new place is awesome. Oh, okay, that's fine. Scott says, no, after my husband died, I moved to the city. Well, how long have you been in the city, Scott? The link is in the chat. If you would like to join me to discuss any of these topics, feel free to hit the link. If you've been in the chat talking, hit the link. What? I'd rather make quilts than watch TV. Oh, Scott. Really? So do you stay home a lot? Oh, you have a TV, you just don't watch it. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna do a topic tomorrow. We're gonna talk about people who lie. People who lie a lot. Pathological liars. That would be a good topic. Just thinking about something. So you all haven't said anything about the bus driver. Yay or nay? Should the city allow a person with one arm to drive a city bus? Weigh in. Take the poll. Comment in this live stream. Thank you. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $sign again, 129 Cash App, Stickers Rejected. Welcome to the live stream. This is a multifaceted live. Welcome to Sunday Chat. 16 years. Do you like it? You like it better? Okay, we'll go on to bed, honey. We'll talk to you later, Gigi. Gigi got moved. You are now listening to Sunday Chat. One-armed bus driver, yay or nay? Internet life. Do you like the internet life at the current moment? Children and cell phones. Also social media. What age is appropriate for children to be on social media and also have a cell phone? And doctors. Do you prefer to go to a doctor or you don't mind an LPN versus a physician's assistant? Nurse practitioner. Which one do you prefer? Which one do you have a better experience with? Because a lot of clinics now have LPNs, physician assistants. Would you prefer to see a doctor, whether it's life-threatening or not, major issue or not? Weigh in. I'm home quite a bit. I have chronic back pain and I make quilts for cancer patients at the hospitals. Okay. Where a bus driver is not a big issue unless their driving record is bad, then that could be an issue. So, Sky, you say you don't care if the person has one arm? Skylar, girl, you're a mess. Say what? So, Sky Mayton, are you saying yes or no? Rather be in the mountains. Woo, girl. I hear you. Yeah, Wi-Fi and stuff's bad in the mountains, so that's the thing. Then you got to worry about people delivering packages, UPS, FedEx, all those type of things. Driveway too steep, going up, going down. Bad weather, you're trapped in there. Can't come down. Can't grocery shop, can't go to work, can't get to the doctor, got to run an ambulance. You got to think about all those things. Fire hazard, fire, water hydrant nearby, not nearby. How you going to get to put a fire out in your house? I think about all those type of things about being in the mountains. Most definitely. So Skylar, you said you can't imagine. Well, you should know there's a reason why I asked. I'm not going to tell you the reason, but anyway, just know I've experienced a conversation, so that's why I was asking. Oh my goodness. Skylar, you have children. Do you have children old enough to talk on the phone? Do your children have cell phones? How many of you have children with cell phones? Are you allowing your children to be on the internet? Weigh in. Please check out my video from last night about Tupac. New information pertaining to Keffe D. Detectives put him in Las Vegas the night of Tupac's murder. His wife booked a room at the Monte Carlo, and his nephew, who's no longer alive, Orlando Anderson, was staying at the Excalibur Hotel and Casino. Sky says, no, I wouldn't mind if he had one arm. Okay, but I want you to think about this for just a second, Sky, maybe. I want you to think about how big a bus is. I want you to think about a person who's always using that one arm because they don't have a choice. I want you to think about a worst case scenario. I want you to think about looking at a bus driver using both his or her hands at some point. Icy weather, snow. I think you might want to use two hands, especially in bad weather. Because if you hit a bad patch of water while it's raining, snow, ice, you are going to want to try to control that bus with both hands. You having only one hand, arm, you're not going to be able to do that. Just saying. So you travel 9 miles just to check your mail. Good God, where was the mail at? Sweet Jesus. I have been through all of that. Oh man, 9 kids. Yeah, that's a lot. Take the pause, everybody. Well, tell your daughter I said happy birthday. Oh, 7.5 and 4. They don't have phones, but they do watch cartoons. Okay. Well, they're supposed to watch cartoons. They're still children. Well, Skylar, are you considering giving any of these children cell phones anytime soon? 2 great-grandchildren. Oh, wow. A 10-year-old has a cell phone. Okay. Well, does your daughter or son allow them to take it to school, Sky? Interesting. Most schools don't allow you to have cell phones, I would assume. They don't want you having cell phones, which, for the obvious reasons, I get it. They want your kids to be able to pay attention while they're in school, because the way people stay on their phones now, it would be outrageous for a child to be in school on a cell phone. That wouldn't work. They definitely wouldn't be paying attention to the school lesson. Skylar, do you plan on giving your kids cell phones? Yay or nay? I guess Sky Main says she can go back to the old days. She don't have a problem with it. Mm. And you're right about the Gmail. It is full of junk. There's nothing in there. My father was a railroader. Colorado, we live in company housing. I see. Okay. Okay. Skylar says when the children get about 15. Okay, that sounds good. So, Skylar, are you going to allow them to be on the internet? Scroll the internet unattended? Like Facebook, YouTube, TikTok? Yes, tell her I said happy birthday. Some teachers don't care about the kids pulling up. Some teachers are cool. Yeah, but Skylar, you can't learn with your cell phone in class. You know that. How are you going to learn your lessons with your cell phone out? And the teacher, if a teacher allows you to sit there with your phone, that ain't going to work. Now, if it's a few minutes before the school bell's about to ring to go to the next class, that'd be different. She or he resumes the class early, but not while in session and you're trying to teach the children the lesson. Yeah, it's going to be a distraction. Scott Maiden said no. Okay. No, he is not allowed to take it to school. Okay. And he can get on it after homework. Okay. That's good. Well, children need discipline. That's the very reason why children have so many problems now. I don't mind. I don't want to get off topic, but I was listening to a story earlier out of South Carolina where they were looking for a young man who shot up some young people, 22-year-olds. They're now deceased. I was looking at their funeral today, and they called him down in Georgia, and he was making a point. The chief, sheriff, whomever, kids don't need to be sitting around not doing anything. And that's true. I don't mind. Devil's Workshop. Same thing for adults. You just sit around all day, you don't do anything, you're not doing anything productive. It's dangerous. Some people can't handle, being still. I mean, I think we saw that with COVID. There were people who were grown. They could not maintain being in the house, not going to work, not going to school. People were just wigging out, flipping out. But that's the thing. We take for granted being able to move about, go out the door, get in a car, get on a bus, catch a cab. The day somebody said, oh, no, you can't come outside. If you do, you got to wear a mask. People were wigging out, What? I want to go eat. I want to go to movies. I want to go to school. I want to go to work. But you couldn't. That's why you have to take advantage of the time that you're able to move about. Because you don't ever know when things are going to change. And children definitely need structure. They need to know what the world's about. They need to know there's other things to do besides, sitting in the house, playing video games, watching TV all day. They need to be out in nature. They need to be able to appreciate art, music, scholastics, sports, something. That's the very reason why children get in trouble, especially when they start getting up in age like 16. This kid's 16 years old. He's now in jail, probably going to be charged as an adult for killing 2 people. So see, maybe if he had somebody rearing him to tell him, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, instead of riding around shooting out cars, doing drive-bys, his ass wouldn't be in jail. Just saying. We got grown people, their minds are idle too. And that's even worse. You're an adult and you don't have anything to focus on. But sitting around or finding something to get into nefarious or illegal, it's all ages. You'd be surprised, old people, going out here getting in trouble, doing stupid shit. The world is crazy. At the age of 15, they'll be monitored until 18. You talking about your own kids, Skylar? You said you're going to monitor until they're 18? Okay, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Yes, indeed. There's days I like to give that phone a break. I can tell you now, I wouldn't really be on it. Looking at things on my phone if it wasn't for me being on this up here on YouTube, because I have my notifications turned on. So every time somebody comments or somebody replies to something I said on a Newsbreak article or YouTube, IG, Facebook, whatever, I get a notification. And I told myself, if you could just look at your clock from the first time you get a ping or notification, and you start looking at that, which leads you to look at other stuff, which leads you to look at other stuff, you can waste hours just on social media. I mean, you haven't even turned your TV on, looked at your TV. Hell, washed your face, took a bath, took a shower. You could be on your phone for hours just looking at content, articles, videos, whatever, notifications. Somebody sent you a message. Because I get messages from different apps, and it's just like, it's overwhelming. That's why I'm not on X often. I haven't been on that really since last year. Because this YouTube takes up all my time just responding to comments, this and that. It's overwhelming. Since as far as I know, my great-grandson does not have social media. And how old did you tell me he is, Sky? How old is he? Yes, Skylar. We all need to be out and get vitamin D. All of us need it. Sky Mayton, how old is he? How old is the boy? Is he a teenager? Well, those are questions I have for this live stream. I'm not going to hold you all. Just giving you all some food for thought. But I'm going to go back to my community page and reread those questions, and I'll check out of here. Once again, 59% of you prefer a doctor over a licensed practical nurse or physician's assistant. 58% of you agree that you do miss the old way of life before cell phones, internet, and gmail.com. What age should a child get on the internet? 10 and up, 38%. What age should a child be able to receive a cell phone? 10 to 15 years old, 66% of you voted. And do you think a person with one arm should be able to drive a city bus, transit bus? 50% of you said yes. Very interesting. Wow, wow, wow. Interesting. And I also asked you some questions about Tupac's murder. For those of you who are following that content, do you believe the police wanted to get involved? 68% of you said no. Will Keefe D be found guilty of Tupac's murder? 59% of you said yes. Is P. Diddy involved in Tupac's murder? 83% of you said yes. Wow, that's something. If Keefe D is given a bond, should he also have an ankle monitor? 94% of you said yes. And should he be given a bond? 84% of you said no. 11% yes. Was Keefe D in the car with his nephew, Orlando Anderson, and friends that shot Tupac? 70% of you said yes. And were you living better between November 2016 to November 20th? 82% of you said yes. AK Shorty said living so-so on a scale of 1 to 10, a 6. Solo says, nah, I'm doing much better now. Kelly Mack says living in fear. And I asked her why. She hasn't replied yet. Very interesting, scary. I also asked you yesterday about waterboarding. My Sunday feature is called The Report. It's based on actual events pertaining to FBI investigating CIA for their practices with detainees. And this was right after, 9/11. So President Obama banned waterboarding in 2009. Do you agree with this technique? 28% yes, 52% no, 11% not sure. Still should be allowed. 7% don't care. 2%. The Report, now playing on Pluto and YouTube for free. Please check out this movie. This is my Sunday feature suggestion. If you're interested in watching a good movie today, what's left of it, The Report, based on actual events pertaining to our national government and the CIA. 2-hour long movie, The Report. That's my suggestion. And also The Trap. Official trailer came out 2 weeks ago. And I am looking forward to watching this movie. It's a Shyamalan movie. Can't wait to watch it. Let's see what the trailer is all about.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, Dad.
What's with all the police everywhere? I'm not supposed to tell them. You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around chopping people up? The feds heard that he's gonna be here today. So they set up a trap for him. This whole concert, it's a trap. They're watching all the exits, they're checking everyone that leaves. There's no way to get out of here. I've never felt this before. I feel out of control. She's left. Where should I put her? Thank you.
This individual that we're searching for won't panic. He's realized he can't get out. He's going to try to cause chaos.
Dad, what are you doing? You're acting weird.
This dude is next level insane.
What's happening?
I think you're looking for me. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
How are you all doing? You having fun? What's going on, Daddy?
Open the goddamn door! I say! I can't get away. I can't stop. I'll just do this one last one. Enjoy the rest of the concert.
M. Night Shyamalan in theaters August 2nd. The Queen will be there with bells on. Please check my community page for the Trap official trailer if you're interested. It's a movie I am looking forward to seeing. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I've watched quite a few of his movies over the years. The Village is one of them. Very good. With Meryl Streep. So it is starring music star Salika Shyamalan. Josh Hartnett, for those of you who are familiar with him, he's a famous actor. He is one of the stars in this movie. Queen will be looking forward to seeing it August 2nd. Please check my community page to watch the trailer if you want to. My movie suggestion for today is The Report, based on actual events pertaining to the CIA and their practices of torture with detainees. Okay, he's 10 years old. Okay. Scott says, I use my phone mainly just to watch you, Queen, and listen to audiobooks. Okay, so you listen to audiobooks. Yeah, I haven't listened to audiobooks in probably about 12 years, 11, 12 years. The last audiobook, no, I think I listened to probably 16, somewhere in there, 2016. The Girl on the Train. That's the last audiobook I listened to. So it was a very good book. So I recommend that book to some of you. The Girl on the Train. I think that's it. The Girl on the Train. It's about a woman who takes a train into work every day. Yeah, it's in London. And she passes her old house every day on her way to work. And she's a very sad person because her husband has left her for another woman. And I'm not going to tell you the rest. If you like to read the book or listen to the book on audio, feel free. And also, you can watch the movie. They made a movie out of it, and they made an American version of the movie. Well, I hope to, Skylar. We will see. We will see. Once again, Biden has nominated Miss Kamala Harris as the nominee for the Democratic Party for presidency. He will continue his duties up until January 2025 when we get a new president. He is bowing out of the presidential race, if you are curious. Okay, so the trap will be August 2nd. Matter of fact, I'm going to edit that on my page so you all will know what day it is released. 1 second. Put that up there so you all remember. Are you voting, Skylar? Oh, Lord, I can't get type this stuff up. All right, everybody, The Trap will be in theaters August 2nd. If you are interested, local authorities are looking for this person who they believe is a serial killer, and they've set a trap for him, and he just so happens to be in this concert. But I do believe he has other plans for local authorities and the people there at the concert. So check it out if you like horror movies, thrillers. Skylar, are you voting? What have you decided? I'm going to check out of here and let you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday because it's almost 11 o'clock here in East Tennessee. But I thank you all for following this network. This was a multifaceted live stream pertaining to doctors versus NPs and PAs, cell phone usage by children and the internet, what age is appropriate for them to be on the internet and also be given a cell phone, internet life, have you adjusted to it, or you could do without all the modern technology, Gmail, websites, needing passwords, Roku TVs, always having to have access to a computer to log on to a website, robocalling, automated calls, scams, social media life. Is it for you, not for you? Weigh in. And also the one-armed bus driver. As I said, I came in contact with a conversation of someone possibly going to be a driver for a city bus. And I was just curious to how you all thought about a person with one arm driving a city bus. So please take the polls on my community page and give your commentary. And feel free to comment below this live stream and or the post on my community page. You want to? Okay, well, make sure. Skylar, well, no, I will not. And that's my choice. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all, Miss Maiden, Miss Skylar, Gigi, Lisa was in the house. Thank you all so much for tuning into this network and this live stream. We'll be back tomorrow. I'd like to talk about Wendy Williams. Please go into YouTube queue and look at my short. I uploaded a short pertaining to Wendy Williams. She turned 60 the other day, and her family has not physically seen her in 2 years. As most of you know, I brought you content that she's also in debt. Sometimes she has a tax debt. I don't know if the overseer of her financial accounts have paid her debts or not, but my fear is that she will possibly be broke, and that is when they will finally release her out of wherever she is. And her family does not even know where she is. So we're talking about people who have not seen their loved one in 2 years physically, nor do they even know where she's located, which I find very bizarre. And at this point, a person should be somewhat weaned off of any type of drug or narcotic. So my thing is, what's the holdup in holding her hostage in some rehab or some type of hospice, or I don't know where she is. And my thing is, they should be very concerned. Many people don't like Wendy Williams, but it's just like anything, you're entitled to your opinion, how you feel about her. Like I said, some people probably wished her bad luck because of her mouth and her tone and how she gossiped and kept up so much ruckus on her talk show with rumors. And she also had that image before she came to primetime TV when she was on a radio show. If you go back into history, there are a lot of people that just did not like her and do not like her still. But what is sickening is the fact that nobody knows where she is, and she's also having these financial issues, and that's what got her in this debacle in the first place. Obviously, the banks saw red flags with the spending on her accounts, and they halted her accounts, and now she doesn't have access to her own money, and she's also locked away somewhere, and one would have to wonder how she's being treated. Is she well? My fear is, as I said, they're going to look up one day. They're not going to hear from her again. There won't be any more phone calls. That woman could be dead. Somebody could take her, bury her, and nobody would know anything. And to me, that's a frightful situation, because I don't think it's right to hold anyone hostage in a rehab facility, hospice, a physical rehab, whatever, drug rehab, and they don't have any contact with their loved ones, because that's the whole point. I don't have to like her. You don't have to like her. But right is right, and wrong is wrong. Somebody likes her. Somebody cares for her. Okay. She has a child. She has a boy child. She has a mother, father. She has sisters, brother. They have every right to see her. That's the point. They have every right to see her physically. They have every right to visit with her. And at some point, somebody in that family should be designated over her financial business. Now, it has been argued that that's the reason why her accounts got flagged. It's because her son was spending her money, but she said she allowed him to have access to her accounts. So I don't know what's truth and what not. I don't know if maybe they saw some other type of fraudulent business in her name, and that's why she was appointed an overseer. But the overseer has some shady past business with other lawyers and companies that took over other people's affairs fraudulently without their permission. So the overseer is a female, Caucasian lady that does not have a good reputation in this line of work. And a judge should honor that and allow somebody else close to Wendy Williams to at least be the overseer of her finances. Because as I said, out of sight is out of mind, like anything. And once a person don't see or hear from you, anything is possible. The person could be dead and nobody would even know. And I just don't see this very well, because reading the article today, 2 years, that's too long for these people not to have any physical access to her. It's ridiculous. Yeah, bad weather. Okay, so you agree or you don't agree, Skylar, about the driver? Okay, thank you, Gigi. Oh, thank you, Sky. Appreciate it. Skylar, are you agreeing of a one-armed bus driver or no? Are you agreeing or disagreeing? Skylar, do you agree or disagree? Well, I'm going to check out of here. You all have a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay hydrated, stay cool. And as I said, if you know someone elderly, check on them. See how they're doing. Make sure they have everything they need. They have enough drinks and water. Make sure their air is working. If they need a fan, make provisions to get them one, because there are some people right now who don't have proper air conditioning in their apartments, homes, trailers. And this is not the type of weather that anyone should be in without any type of coolant. And naturally, there are people who are homeless and outside sleeping, and that's not the best place to be in any weather. Of course, a lot of people choose to be homeless and live outside, but nonetheless, temperatures have been very extreme in the reds in places like Arizona, California, and it's just not a place you want to be is outside. All right. Okay, Skylar doesn't agree with the one-armed bus driver. Okay, well, thanks for answering. So as I said, check on the elderly, make sure they have everything that they need, and if need be, help them get a fan or direct them to some resources in their community that could help them with a fan. Help them with a fan. Gigi, I think it would depend if he has half an arm or if he still can use his knee. There should be a driving test. Amputated people are resourceful. Oh, yes, and you don't really have a choice, because this person also drives their own, truck. So they have a truck that they drive for themselves. But my thing is, you driving for yourself is a gamble in itself. That's not the same as driving people around who are depending on you to be able to rear that bus, because you're talking about a very big wheel on a city transit bus. So what I'm asking you all, would you trust a person with one arm to be able to wheel the bus? Because you should know at some point a person gets tired of using their one arm hand anyway. No, just doing things for themselves. Now you're talking about them working a job, doing things. Now you're also talking about wheeling a big ass bus. Have you seen how large a city bus is? They're large. And you've got to think about bad weather, ice, snow. You need to be able to have both hands on that wheel at some point. At some point. And I don't know if I'm going to say this. I don't trust anybody using their knee to drive. I had a relative that did that once going down the interstate. She's looking through her healthcare documents because we were going to a job because she drew blood for an insurance company. And she's sitting here telling me to hold the wheel. I'm not getting ready to hold the wheel of your car going down an interstate. I don't do shit like that. I don't believe in that. You should never ask somebody to take the wheel while you dig around, put on your lipstick, dig through a briefcase. That's ignorant behavior. I don't care if we're going 30 miles an hour, if we're going 70 miles an hour. I'm not getting ready to hold the wheel on a car going down an interstate, number one. Number two, you should never ask a person. Number three, you should not be using your knees to guide a steering wheel. That's crazy. And there is no way I want to see my city bus driver using their knees to steer a bus. Are you serious? Oh, come on now. And that wouldn't be good enough. And I don't think they would approve of that if they saw you on the camera, because they'd say, okay, well, you can't man this bus. This isn't going to work. You're using your knees. And how long are you going to keep doing that? I don't think that will work out. We have two armed drivers that suck here. I agree. Yeah, but that's my point. People don't pay attention with two hands. Two working arms and hands. People don't pay attention. They're eating, they're talking, they're on their phone, they're texting while driving. You saw that many years ago with the bus driver who was going down the interstate in Los Angeles. He was texting, and the next time when he looked up, he slammed into the back of somebody's car. If I'm not mistaken, he killed that person. So see, you have to be very careful driving, period. And you have all your faculties. You can see, you can hear, you have working arms, legs, but people fuck up. And I think we all have been guilty of doing something while driving, eating, answering the phone, fumbling with the radio, fumbling with a Bluetooth, whatever. It's best to do all that before you turn the ignition on. Don't go looking for lipstick. Don't go looking in the glove box. Don't go looking under your seat. Don't go looking digging shit out of the console. Don't go trying to reach over in the passenger seat for stuff. Trying to reach over with your hand down in the passenger floorboard. I've done that crazy stuff, and I don't recommend it because all it takes is your eye is not focusing. You think you're focusing, trying to look above the wheel, but how can you really look over the wheel, trying to look over the wheel while your hand is over in the passenger seat or the passenger floorboard? You know that's not a good idea. It's never a good idea. So I tell anybody, if you're driving, have everything ready before you turn the ignition on. That's your Bluetooth, the phone, have all that hooked up and ready. Have everything already mounted. Mount your phone, put all that on go before you turn the ignition over. You got to have a soda pop, coffee, have all that ready in your little carrying thing. Don't wait till you turn the car over, start driving. Now you trying to fumble with your coffee cup and fumble with your tumbler. And we got to stop doing that crazy stuff because one flinch of not paying attention, that's all it takes to have a wreck. You say what? Nothing more important than driving when you're driving. Yeah, you need to be focused when you're driving because the thing is, you have to drive for other people. That's why I asked that question about the person with the one-arm driving. People are trusting this person to take them around town on their journey, number one. Number two, there are other people out on the road that this person is going to have to be watching and looking out for. And other people are going to be trusting him to do his job that's on the road driving. So you have two sets of people watching him. People on the street and the people on the bus. And I just don't really think I don't think that probably is a good idea. When I think of the worst case scenario, dealing with bad weather, you definitely want to have control of the wheel when it's ice, when it's snow, because you've got to be able to try to control that wheel. That's a big ass wheel on a bus. And you got to know how to maneuver your wheel, even in a car or truck or SUV when you're on ice, because you're supposed to always turn the wheel in the opposite direction of where you're trying to go. And a lot of times people forget that because they panic when they hit, a patch of ice or they're on the ice and you're trying to stop, or water or whatever. You forget to turn your wheel in the other direction. So now imagine a big old bus wheel. I don't know if I want to take that gamble, me personally. But as far as I know, this person is allegedly supposed to be, waiting for training. So obviously they're not discriminating against the 1- arm. There you have it. You all have a wonderful week. Queen will be back later. We're going to try to chop up Wendy Williams' dilemma. And we're also going to talk about lying. Those will be my next two topics on this network. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, be safe. And I will have a movie suggestion up for this week. So check my community page for the shorts. The polls, posts, and check the YouTube queue for my shorts as well. Thank you for your time. You've been listening to the Vault XL.